Zach. Zach 2, Sturgoy 2.0, Zach 2.0, Zach Sturgoy, Zach 2.0, Zach Sturgoy 2.0.
Welcome to Got Your Milk! FX is the Strain Podcast. My name's Bubby. You can find me on Twitter at Fit and Trim. That's FITTENTRIM at Fit and Trim on Twitter. And with me, as always, someone who's hard to get away from. It's Mork. Mork, how you doing?
Oh, Bubba, I am so great. I'm a little bummed.
Bummed?
Oh, we only have 2 more episodes of The Strain on FX.
That's right, listeners.
What are we going to do?
We are covering Season 4, Episode 8, Extraction from The Strain.
I mean, we have more episodes left than Richard Sammel, who played the wonderful Icorse.
That head of Icorse may appear in every episode from now on, so
fair.
we can always remember him.
That's fair.
Mork, do you know that when we cover these final 2 episodes over the next 2 weeks, The Strain is over?
Yeah, I can't believe it.
I can't believe it either. The Master is going to win. There's no... The way this episode ends
Right.
with F...
Falling into the trap.
He's F-falling.
The Zach 2.0 trap.
It's a Zach trap.
It is a Zach trap, yeah.
And our heroes, why do they have to be our? Can't they be somebody else's heroes? We need better heroes. But anyway, I'm getting the worm before the tongue.
Yes.
Mork, what ranking are you going to give to Season 4, Episode 8, Extraction?
I don't think this was as strong as some of our more recent ones, so I'm going to say it's dipped down to a strong 6 double S's.
Double S?
Strigoid Stratrachians.
Aw, man. Anybody have any final words they want to say about Stratrachian? 6? That's very low considering the high this show was on. Why the dip so low, Mork? They extracted Desai.
They extracted him. Unfortunately, I mean, Stratrachian lost. The plan seems to have gone off the rails.
Seems to have gone off the rails.
Well, it did sort of remind me of it's not clear what the Master is trying to accomplish.
No.
Now it's not clear what our gang of heroes is trying to accomplish.
Nah.
So with only 2 episodes left. So I could have used a little bit more clarity in this episode, but you know what? I know they're going to pull it out. I know they're going to turn it around.
You could have used more clarity? Well, I want to blow off a bomb. You can't blow up a bomb. Wait, we could kill up a bomb. What would Stratrachian want? We're fighting amongst ourselves for reasons.
Well, that's
reasons.
That's why the gang's back together. Not it's to fight and to procrastinate.
We haven't fought. I haven't seen you. I haven't fought you in forever.
Now I'm not going to listen to you.
Oh man.
So
yeah.
Bubba.
Yeah.
What would you give tonight's episode?
Well, when I heard you went 6.
Yeah.
And my own personal thoughts about the episode is I thought, got to go lower.
Lower?
So I am going to give this only 5. Double C's out of 10.
Double C's?
Well, I like car chases.
Sure.
My favorite type of chase is a car chase.
Yeah, it's the best. What's better than that?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that's not better than that. A crawl chase. I'm saying we went on a high-speed crawl chase across the graded floor.
I mean,
to
when
get
she
to
stabbed
side.
him in the foot, the old stab him in the foot thing, that didn't get you?
I'm saying that I watched that crawl chase twice just to make sure I wasn't dreaming. I was like, there's no way someone would think this was interesting drama.
Well, you know what it reminded me of, and it did not succeed.
What?
But in the original Terminator,
Yeah.
there was a crawl chase underneath that giant big machine. I don't know what else to call it. Where
The big machine.
the big machine, where the Terminator is chasing the guy who knocked up Sarah Connor, and they have to crawl through it, and then they squash him.
Yeah, and remember how
No,
dramatic...
it's chasing Sarah Connor.
Right,
What are we
remember
talking-
how dramatic that was?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Now I want you to now. Let's pause the podcast and let's watch this.
No, that's okay.
You're saying
It's okay.
Sarah Connor trying to escape a
I take your
killing
word for it.
Terminator
I take your word for
is
it.
actually more dramatic than Desai
Okay.
trying to escape
Do you
Dutch.
do you have any idea how hard it is to find a good dry cleaner with the partnership? You know, the Strigoi are good at a lot of
Oh
things.
my God! I know somebody who's going to clean my house as slow as possible, and she's hot.
And
It's
yeah, she's-
Abby.
Yeah, temperature-wise. Temperature-wise.
Sexist Zach. So
Sexist.
5 out of 10.
Oh,
they have
man.
been on such a streak, and
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. The rankings are out of 10?
right.
I've been doing this all wrong. I'm sorry, Bo. Okay,
Listen
go
to
ahead.
me. Listen to me.
I'm listening.
The episode, this is going to sound crazy. The episode spent so much time honoring a character who deserves to be honored, but it just took so long doing it. I mean, how long does it take to say, R.I.P. Gus's cousin?
Now, Bubba, that is definitely the funniest thing that you've ever said,
It's not from me.
but it's not from you.
It's not from me.
Let's give credit where credit's
We
due.
have this great double L,
Double L.
a loyal listener called Michael Brown, who posted on
If
our
that's
Facebook
his real
page,
name.
facebook.com/double P podcast. That's the word double, the single letter P, the word podcast, plural. Facebook.com/double P podcast. And Michael Brown, he, after our last podcast, he left this post. He was like, R.I.P. Now, do you think he said it to Cream? Because Cream's been such a good character. No, how about Icor? So
Yeah.
great.
Sure, from the
this
beginning.
this was R.I.P. to Gus's cousin. Talk about blindsided. Totally thought you were going to make it. Yeah, that guy, whoever it was.
Hey,
I mean,
He got a sack.
There are 2 episodes left. Gus has lost his brother and mother, and then we raised the stakes by killing his
friend.
cousin. His
His
friend,
best friend.
right? Yeah, Silver Angel.
sure.
So now
no,
his
his other
cousin,
friend too, played by the wonderful Pedro Miguel.
right?
Arcel.
Totally dead.
Yeah.
So
Felipe.
I'm trying to think. Gus would be like, R.I.P. Gus's postman. R.I.P. guy. R.I.P. guy who sold Gus lottery tickets at the 7-Eleven.
R.I.P. Gus's barber, who's no longer cutting his hair.
Oh my God! So
It's a lot.
Obviously,
Gus is the
Michael, I
prison.
love this comment, but Gus, why is he here?
He's here to lead the fight. He just got us some new fighters.
Yep.
Which is helpful,
Totally.
and some supplies.
Yep,
Yep.
that was it. So let me get back to my serious thing. The episode began with a fitting tribute
Yes.
to Satrakian, who the show should do a tribute to
Sure.
Satrakian. He's been, as we said with Icorst, he has been one of the best, most wonderful characters on this show.
Yeah, and going back way before the show.
Right. But to slow down narrative momentum. We're building. Wait, let's spend, 30 minutes sidetracking to say goodbye to him? I guess you had to do it, but, oh, man, that was tough for me. And so I don't care about Desai, so the hunt to get Desai doesn't thrill me as much as it could. But
Yes, Bubba?
it
Should
did
we-
feature Zach 2.0.
It did feature Zach 2.0. It did not. It did not, unfortunately, feature Creepy Kelly.
The mother formerly known as Lovely Kelly,
Yes.
a.k.a. the master when he cosplays.
Yeah. Is there? Yeah. I wonder how would he describe that costume in the costume shop? Yes.
Man, I would love to
I would
know.
like to look like the non-Strigoi mother of this kid who I keep in the Empire. Excuse me, sir. You keep a kid in the Empire State Building? Yeah. No, it's totally fine. I'm grooming him.
It's me.
It's yeah. So okay, let's dive in with
Let's do it.
2 big old mongrel feet.
Heck yeah.
And get into this because there was some really cool stuff. And we
On this
only-
show?
Yep. Bubba, come on.
Sorry. So this has been a good battle. Our heroes got the most recent battle, and it's what? Passive aggressive F. and Sexy Hacker Dutch discover when they're coming back with
Yeah.
you-know-who's white. They spent all this time making Satrakian some white, and they come back and they realize, rut-row,
Oh, yeah.
there's been a fight.
Now, one thing, I mean, you didn't think that was, I mean, it was really beautiful when we have Ichor's head leaked out all that gush.
Milk, yeah.
And right next to the melting wax candles. I mean, sort of intermingling the white and the wax. I mean, what does it say?
Incense, peppermint, sturgoy, and cream.
I-
I'm thinking the candles. It is, I'm thinking, hey, it's the '60s.
Oh, okay.
Like a sitar should be playing.
It could be. So, F,
So I want to pause this for a second
let's
because
get
what
serious.
what happens after they have proof and they see Ichor's head is they hear noises behind them.
yeah.
Why, when there are no lights on, it's this dark, creepy place, there's Sturgoy bodies around, why don't you say something like, hey, bruh, it's me, Gus, not a scary Sturgoy?
Why would Fett be pretending to be Gus?
Say, hey, who is it? Are you friend or foe? I mean, come on.
Well, no, that is a good point. I mean, at this point, they're all pretty battle hardened, and he needed to know who it was before he was going to announce. So,
And our heroes get the word that Alex didn't make it. They ask, is Satrakian... Lovely Alex.
lovely Alex.
She
Amazing.
fell victim to F's plans.
Yes.
She got F'd.
She got passive aggressive.
But they find out, they ask how Satrakian's doing. Hey, bruh, I can't come out to say.
No.
They've got to see for himself. And this was a very effective shot. I'm very tough on this episode, so I'm going to go to the moments that I love that did work. Satrakian is scribbling. He's going nuts. Dutch comes up to him. His face is bloody, and then you can see the worms crawling under the
Making their
skin.
way.
Oh!
Making their way to the promised land. Yeah, that was tough to see.
If Ichor's didn't like this poisoned blood, why do the worms like it?
Bubba, that's a great call. I don't know. I really don't know. And it seems, it doesn't really track, because if it could kill Eichhorst, who, has been in this game basically longer than anyone except for the Master and Strabone.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, then you'd think it would kill the little worms as well. There's also, the fact that Satrakian is still alive, and he's scribbling something. I don't know what.
I still don't get that either, and I feel bad that maybe I just looked down at Twitter to see some of the people, like our good friends at Geek Girl Soup, who are tweeting at us.
Sure.
And so I'm still a bit confused. We were looking for the face of God, but then Satrakian apparently stopped believing in the face of God theory, and it was like the Master lives in his extremities, a.k.a. you got to cut off his arms and legs, and the people supporting him like Desai.
Right.
Is that the new plan? Or, I mean, wouldn't a nuclear bomb kill the head and the extremities?
Well, I think that is the purported new plan. I don't know if it really matters at this point, because I feel like F and Zach 2.0 are going to have a lovely reunion. I think they're going to hash it all out, probably just one big long hug is all that it's going to take, and then F won't really want this nuclear bomb to go off, so they're going to have to do this thing. But I don't know. I mean, I do have a question about Satrakian.
Let's hear it.
That, like, isn't he risking, if he gets turned, and he's not going to hurt anyone because there's 15 people around waiting to chop his head off. But if he does get turned, would the Master know all of his secrets and know the plan and any of that stuff? Or how long does it take?
These are great questions. I was asking you, when you asked this really smart question, Mark, I was like, well, can he learn bit by bit as the worms take over? Can he learn, here's a little fact, here's a little fact? We don't know quite the worm mechanics.
Right.
We do know, though, that they cannot let our boy Satrakian live.
No.
They got to give him the guillotine. They've got to They got to cut the worm's head off. You know, before we get to that, let's get to what the strain always does well: action. Down at the docks by the river. I'm just thinking to myself, okay, Manhattan is a big island. It might be tough to cover it all, but why not cover it all with Strigoi? This is supposed to be a partnership, but humans do everything.
Right. Yeah, it seems like what do the Strigoi really have to do? Like, if you're a Strigoi and, if you're a mongrel, you get to have some fun. But at this point, it just seems like the Strigoi are really like glorified watchmen. And then there's some of them get to wear those cool raincoats and hang people on hooks before, burning them alive. So, yeah, I'd be pretty bored if I was a Strigoi.
So our boy, Mr. Quinlan, Strabone, Borno, he takes out all these people at the dock. Great action set piece.
Nice to see him. There was one thing that was, it was pretty gory, but it was... Man, they showed just the right amount of it when he ran up on some guy and then just shot him in the face with the Uzi. It was so gross,
great. It's
but it was
fun
great.
action, man.
Yeah, it was it's what we love. So they succeed, and
much succeeding happened.
Yeah.
Now your boy, and I don't mean hey Borno, it's me, sexy fat. And I don't mean Borno, but I mean your boy who, I'm going to stay here on the boat while you do all the action.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Why is he here again?
He knows how to work the bomb. He knows how to set it off.
Okay, all right. I'm hoping you.
You're
You've got to come with. Well, I'm hoping there's a reason why he's here, and he's not just cannon fodder. So they, for ways I can't quite understand, the team is reunited. This is what you wanted. Mork, we asked you what has to happen in these final episodes of The Strain.
We want the gang back together.
You wanted the gang back together.
Mm-hmm.
They are back together
Doing
and
what they
quarreling like they haven't been apart at all.
They haven't missed a beat. They have convinced each other to not take any real specific action. They've impugned each other's honor. And at this point, I'm pretty sure everybody has slept with Dutch.
Well, Quinlan and Gus, they've got a chance.
Well, Gus is going to have an interesting couple of weeks.
Hey, bruh, it's me, Gus.
Uh-oh.
It's me, Gus.
So
they take it pretty hard when they see Satrakian. Everybody has to be moved to tears, sadness, depression,
and
when
frustration
they see,
because
hey,
Fett,
Professor,
Fett
you're
just
dead.
went and
got this bomb for the
he
professor.
got the bomb. Now he did get to hang out with Charlotte, which was its own reward.
Yeah.
So he can't be that mad at Satrakian, but the fact is that Fett is a creature. Sexy Fett is a creature of the city. He loves the city. He was an exterminator. His badge doesn't mean anything outside the 5 boroughs. So yeah, he went on some wild goose chase for apparently nothing. Unfortunately.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Possibly. I don't know. But we need to give it up to actor David Bradley because this is it. He's coming and he's saying, I understand now what we have to do.
Oh.
We have to separate the master from all his collaborators. Yeah, but that is the secret
Really?
thing? Like, literally, that's what's in the Akado Lumen?
Yeah, I'm having a little trouble with that one because, well, let's just look historically. I mean, the Master's been around how many years? How many thousand years?
Let's just round it up.
So
2.
Okay, so 2,000. And most of that time, he didn't have any collaborators, right?
It did not act. We've never seen him in any of these other years have collaborators.
Right. He'd be like, he was in a dungeon, he was in a cave, he was in, when our first Hunchback master,
Oh, yeah.
he was in a cave. And, it was just a pile of worms. So it doesn't really seem to line up with what the flashbacks have shown us. Now, granted, we haven't seen that many flashbacks, so maybe there's room in these last 2 episodes for multiple flashbacks that will show us sometimes when the Master didn't have collaborators and, in fact, died. But then we wouldn't have a show. So
So, you have to kill his collaborators. Is this setting up, we've got to kill Zach 2.0? What
that's
collaborator is worse than Zach 2.0?
Oh, that's a Bubba. That is a great call. I was thinking more like collaborators, like like he's putting out a new album or something like that. You mean like the actual wartime collaborators? Oh man, Zach 2.0. Desai's obviously he's the big one. He's the best dressed one.
Right.
Way better dressed than Zach 2.0. I mean, I hate to just put it out there like that, but I mean, if you had a big date, who would you want to borrow clothes from, Zach 2.0 or Desai?
Is this pre-crawl? Where they have been dirtied by dragging across the
He's got
factory
a big
floor?
closet. No, you can
Okay.
raid
anything.
either person's
Decide
closet.
without question.
Without
Even
question.
though it depends. Am I
What if
trying to
you're going
pick
to
up a
Burning
sexy maid?
Uh,
I might want to rock some of Zach's looks.
no. I'm gonna stick with Zach.
Now, somebody who really stuck his neck out in this episode
Yes.
was Satrakian.
God bless. Oh, we were giving it up for good old David Bradley.
Right. David Bradley, he stuck out his neck, and then his head got chopped off. And so, in his honor, I want to say one final thing.
Now,
But then hold on. Let's go Satrakian through the years. So the first season, it was all,
Why won't you believe me?
because F never believed him. And then in season 2,
let me out of this box.
We gotta find the Akado Lumen. That's all that
matters.
Yeah.
In season 3,
reading the Akado Lumen is all
all that matters. Season 4,
Who gives a crap about this book? Rah, 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 rah.
so David Bradley,
God
we
bless him,
mock
man.
because we love. He has really, really been great. He's made the show able to be mocked. Some of these characters are so bland and lifeless that you can't mock them.
No,
the fact
he-
that Satrakian, he went out how he lived.
Headless.
Crotchety.
That is true. Yelling unintelligibly.
Rah, 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 rah.
So no, but David Bradley, who also played the despicable Waldo Frey, he's had some good deaths. This guy,
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and he's been dying a lot on these shows.
yeah. I'll miss him.
I'll miss him too. And then we got to the part that we mocked at the beginning of the podcast where soft music is playing. Mm-hmm. We're gathered around the funeral pyre, and somebody says, hey, does anybody want to say a few words? There is an awkward pause. There's one of those pauses where it's like, well, who knew him the least well?
Yeah,
You, Quinlan, so you go talk. Well, like, literally, he was your best bud. You two were partners.
Well,
Fett.
but- okay,
He
but-
couldn't even come up and say, hey, dead professor, I miss you. I got a nuke for you. Kill Sturgoy in heaven.
well, I
he
think-
couldn't even say that.
Well, no.
What about F?
Have you heard Sexy Fett's accent? No, he could
No, he-
not actually say that. Look, give the speech to the guy who speaks the proper Queen's English or the King's English.
You know what? I think, now it's nice to hand off the sword to, thanks for the sword.
Yeah.
But I think,
They should give it to the guy who could be killed by it.
Right. Yes. How about Fett give up his badge, something that matters.
Okay. I mean, that would matter. That would be, maybe he threw the badge on maybe he tried to hang the badge on Satrakian's neck, but because Satrakian doesn't have a head, the badge kept falling off.
All
and
right.
so they just said, all right, just put it in his pocket.
R.I.P. Satrakian's neck.
It was a beautiful neck. It's a beautiful
Man,
beautiful-
oh man. All right, so we've got to still go through the rest of this episode and recover, even though the show has spent the first 24 minutes. Yes, we got the nuke to Brooklyn, baby. Or sorry, not Brooklyn. We got it to Manhattan.
yeah.
But
The city.
everything else of these first 24 minutes is all about Satrakian and his quote-unquote new plan to take out the Master.
Right.
And so what does every family do after a funeral? Squabble.
Drink.
They squabble, they drink, they complain, they fight over the will, they fight over the departed one's last wishes.
People who don't really interact at all talk to each other. So we have Gus and F. They have not spent too much time together throughout the show. Is this the first conversation they've ever had?
Rather than talking about Satrakian, the thing they have a mutual interest in,
Pancakes.
F talks about his dad.
Yeah.
I was in this character you never knew. I was in India when he died. Let me bore you with this story you don't care about.
Well, it was at a Rotary Club.
Oh, my Lord.
How do you think the
Pancake
Rotary
breakfast.
Club...
Oh, my gosh.
Do you think the Rotary Club has gone into any deals at all with the partnership?
Yes. That would be so great. And so that gets us minute 24. Minute 25, Dutch and Fett. The lovers have to reunite over a dead man's cane.
Now, I mean, we've joked a lot about, how Fett is not just Fett but sexy Fett. But I gotta give it up.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen sexy Fett's hair look better than it does now? I mean, it's glossy, it's thick. Where does he
It's
get the
overly
condition-
dyed. Yeah, I need my hair to not have the one or two grays I have. I'm going to over dye it like Fett has. Because when you're in a zombie tongueworm apocalypse,
No grays.
never let them see your grays.
You can't be a silver fox. No, thank you. Actually, if you were a silver fox, that would also help kill the Strigoi. They don't like silver. Touche.
It all comes together. It all comes together.
It all comes together, people. So they're talking, and
Do you feel the connection
Well,
when Dutch goes for a hug of this man she did in a bread truck?
no, not until the soft music.
She bread trucked him. He bread trucked her.
That's true. Now,
He bent her over and trucked her.
nah, no. Oh,
He needed her bread, and then sorry.
now,
Fett, eat my Fett. I went to all this trouble to get a nuke for old man. Where's the face of God in all this? And then Dutch has to be the one to tell him, yeah, you know how we had all those plots about the Akado Lumen? Mm-hmm. Pointless. It's like informing
pointless.
the viewer.
She had to find the book. She had to hide the book and then find it. Not pointless at all.
Right where we left it.
Exactly where we left it. In random buildings,
No,
air conditioning.
obviously F is right, but I'm with Quinlan. Who's to say that these final messages that he said at the end weren't from the master? We know a bomb will blow all these people up. If you set off a nuke in Manhattan, yes, you're going to kill all those innocent collaborators. But if the master himself can't cross water, right? He can't cross water on his own.
Right.
Then you know he's trapped. Even if the nuke doesn't kill him, all his collaborators are dead. The blood supply to him is dead. He's gone.
What if, okay, this is I'm going to suggest a different plan. They could very easily, so the master can't cross water on his own, right?
Right.
So why don't they start, like, I don't know, whatever the middle of Manhattan is. So there's like 130
Oh, this is a
streets.
great idea already. Let's hear it.
Just dig a trench, dig a little canal from one side of, say, at 60th across, and then just keep penning him in. So
Love that idea.
So he can't move anywhere. You're welcome.
Okay, let's
you are
do
welcome.
this. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
How come nobody on this show hasn't done what I always would have done?
Juggle?
I would have covered my body in silver. Like underneath my shirt, I would have a silver platter.
Well, Cream.
And then I would have had...
Cream had silver teeth.
Right, but the tongue worms aren't going for your teeth. I'm saying all my legs, I would have worn a collar of silver. Like there would be
Silver
nothing.
neck.
I'd be in armor, a suit of armor from the Middle Ages, but with silver.
How quickly do you think you could run a mile in a silver suit of armor?
Wouldn't it matter if the beasts can't kill me? They can't kill me. They can't get to me because I'm all silvered up.
They could shame you for not being able to run a mile quickly.
Right. Listen, people already shame me of that.
The partnership still has marathons in New York City. So you would be left out in the cold, Bubba.
You know what?
Touche.
Right now, you and I are fighting, but it's more logical fight than the gang is fighting. They are fighting about the idea, and then even Fett's like, all right, come on, Doc. What's your idea? You got nothing, huh? but you want me to toss the nuke out just because you're telling me to. And what was the promise he made to Satrakian?
That he'd get the nuke.
Right, but now, wait, you can't use the nuke because of the second promise you made to Satrakian.
Oh.
Don't make his life's work all for naught. Ay, 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 ay.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that I mean, there is one small issue with, so they're basically saying, look, we have a nuclear weapon.
Yep.
And we're either going to set it off or not. We have to make this decision and then tell basically a random guy who we barely know, who we've almost gotten killed many, many times, what we feel like doing whenever we decide to do it. And he's just going to hang out until then.
Yeah.
It's sort of, so, like, if you're this dude and you're like, well, look, they wanted this nuclear weapon. They're trying to blow up these people. I got things to do. I got places to go. Like, what if he just set it off?
What do you got to do?
What if he just set
What
it
do you
off?
have to do?
Well, you know, look, there's going to be a new, I mean, a lot of professional athletes were killed in the nuclear war, so now he's going to try out again. He's going to try to get back into game shape and, you know, join the league.
Okay. You know what? We want to kill the master. We want to kill the master.
do.
But you know what else we want to do? We want to get people out of a horrible situation.
Oh.
And I don't mean watching The Strain.
No.
But the
Hey.
pregnant people and the people at the blood factory, at the incinerator farm. So we have a new goal, a new plan.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, how is this place not guarded by Sturgoy? They never seemingly have to sleep. They never have to do anything. But instead, it's just manned by a lot of humans. The master doesn't want his Sturgoy doing menial labors.
No,
You know
but
what I
Zach
mean?
does.
Zach really, really does. So we
Yeah.
come to Zach's hot new bachelor pad, and we see lovely, sexy Abby.
You mean dead, decomposing Strigoi Abbey?
Tomato. and so I just giggled when I saw her trying to clean the infamous snake aquarium, the snake cage at Zach's, because she's so slow, so inefficient. But she is staring at her man.
How much time? I mean, look, this is maybe not interesting to people listening, but you're listening. So,
Yes.
How much time do you think it takes people to get into the Strigoi makeup, particularly Abby?
Well, number one, you got to be lucky that you're wearing clothes, because that means, just your arms, your
Right.
legs, and your
But the
neck
face.
on up.
Yeah. So,
I bet it took quite a while.
like, are we talking 2, 3, 5 hours?
I bet 2 hours at least, don't you? Wouldn't you say?
I think it would be at least 2 hours. And I'm
Because
just
they got to
thinking-
do the neck too. You got to.
Right. So, do you think that she worked? She was like acting for more than 2 hours. She spent more time saying lines, or not really saying lines, but more time like sort of on set or in the makeup chair for this episode.
Ooh, I would say there are a lot of cut scenes that'll be on the DVD.
Oh, there better be.
Of Abby.
Speaking of the DVD, Bubba,
You see where I'm going there.
I think I do. We are, in fact, for reasons we cannot explain,
No.
going to possibly... See, this is the problem. We had a plan to give away a DVD, a very cool DVD, to some of our Double L's,
Double L's.
loyal listeners who
Oh.
not only left us a written review, but also liked us on Facebook. That's facebook.com/WP Podcast. The word double, the letter P, the podcast is fun.
Man, you're low energying this one, Mork.
I'm getting to the good stuff.
Okay, good. Get to it.
Yeah. So we have got an amazing DVD of season 3, where after seeing some of these episodes, season 3, pre-Abby, but season 3, it's a whole new context. If you've seen it once, you want to watch it again after watching season 4. So we're giving that away. But if one of us was, say, sexy fat, and the other one was, say, passive aggressive, then
What do you mean we're good? Doc, let's hear your plan to give away the DVD.
Well, look,
Listen, I spent all the trouble to give away the
Bubba,
DVD.
you made a promise to not actually give away the DVD that you
Oh,
promised to
come
give away.
on.
Yep.
What's your plan? Not flapping your yappers, Doc.
Oh, I think my mom is calling.
Speaking of moms, the Master doesn't have to play as Zach's mom in this scene. He instead is wallowing in the
Yeah.
dirt around his new box. He's like, they've brought a nuclear bomb into the city. Do you know what that's like, Zach? Oh, wait, you do, Zach.
Yes, you do.
You do, Zach.
Been there, done that. Now, the master is like down on his knees, and he's kind of, he's a little despondent, but I was a little, disheartened that he didn't seem to be grieving at all for Ichor's. He was just...
Maybe that's why he was down on his knees.
No,
Everything we've achieved is now at risk, Zach 2.0.
I think he...
The peace we've established will be irradiated. They will not stop until they've incinerated us all. There is something you can do, Zach 2.0. Something rather delicate. A task only you can perform.
Kill another tiger?
Zach, listen to me. Listen, my son.
You take
You
me to the
are
zoo.
uniquely suited for this. What happens next?
I will kill any caged
determine-
animal.
Zach, listen to me, Zach.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, maybe what I'll do is I'll bring the feeler, and then
Yes.
she'll kill it, and I'll just not do anything at all.
Listen, Zach 2.0.
Master, I got to be honest. This
Yes.
place looks like a dump. There's dirt all over. You got worms. You want me to get Abby over here? She's my Strigoi maid. I'll take care of it. It's okay. I kind of like my place messy.
Okay, listen. When
Yeah.
you do your creepy hugs of Abby, you're kind of hugging me because I see through everybody's eyes. And when you said I was warm, Zach,
Hey,
that touched me. That
Master-
touched me so much.
Master, does that window over there open up? Oh, here it does. Okay, I'm climbing up, and I'm dropping out!
Zach hugging Abby, and Abby with her tongue worm
Ow!
coming out. So gross, so creepy, but still not as creepy as Zach 2.0 saying, you're hot. What do you think? Are the Strigoi actually hot? I didn't know that. Is something happening here? What's going on here?
I don't know, but I think if this is what I like to refer to as Chekhov's tongue worm.
It is. It's totally Chekhov's gumworm.
I mean, is Zach's first kiss going to be with a Strigoi?
Oh, man, that's hot.
Get out. No, I mean, I don't. There's a lot.
There was an odd look between Zach 2.0 and Abby and his feeler when he got on that elevator. It was like they were saying goodbye for the last time, or there was something happening there.
Yeah, there was a little bit, but there's a lot of people that say that guys, girls that remind them of their moms.
Uh-oh.
So Zach's mom,
oh no, is a
Strigoi.
Strigoi. So of course
Yeah.
he would be hot for a Strigoi.
Yeah, it makes total sense.
Mork, you should write a book that men are from Mars, women are Strigoi,
Women.
or the Master impersonating your mom,
Yeah.
because that is some great insight there.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
that insight is the type of insight they're going to need to break into Desai's.
Well, why don't they just blow up Desai's place? Why don't they just kill Desai?
They
and-
need him.
Well,
You're trying to use Desai to find the Master. Why not just follow him? Why? I mean, yes, you want to rescue these people from this terrible situation. And I'll give it up to
Is
them.
it-
They even came up with a good plan to get in. About how they pretend to be prisoners. Loved that. I thought that was great.
That is a good plan. It does strike me as a little odd that in this type of situation, like we're not exactly in.
When you say exactly,
I'm sorry, exactly.
no, we're not exact 2.0.
Oh, sorry. Thank you. We're not
Lee 2.0.
in a situation where it's an even fight. I mean, it's pretty clear that the Master has won. So
Yes.
right? Fair to say?
Finally, yes.
Okay. So the Master has won. So usually you know where the palace is. You know where the king lives. So most people would know, oh yeah, no person is allowed to get within X amount of Mulberry Street because that's where the Master lives. Whatever it is, it seems like it shouldn't be that hard to find the Master. It's not like he's hiding anymore. He won. He should be out in the open.
What I will say to that, Mork, is a point that you love, but what it's really made me realize is that, yes, the Master is won. You've said that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what does that make passive-aggressive, sexy fet? Makes them sore losers.
So exactly.
The game's over. Why are you still fighting?
Yeah. No, it's kind of annoying. I mean, they could be far more productive. First off, the partnership needs someone to design, their beautiful farms, their lovely factories.
Yeah, how about their logo? That's a lovely
factories.
logo. You think Strigoi designed that? Hell no.
No. Well, not only do we need a graphic designer, we need an architect. This is a perfect opportunity
for Sexy Fett
to achieve his dream of being an architect. What's happening?
Somebody who wants to know what's happening is Desai. He's like, wait, okay, a boat. You let a boat on. I bet it's big enough for. Is it big enough for a atomic bomb? It is big enough. Okay, great. Wait, somebody just brought in a shipment of prisoners. Did that happen now? Okay, it did happen now.
No. Actually, it was a couple minutes ago.
Desai has realized how tough it is to find good employees.
It's true. I mean, one good employee we're about to see when Passive Aggressive is strolling through the basement and through the beds where some of the people were at. And wait a minute. One of these good employees calls out Passive Aggressive. Hey.
Uh-oh.
Passive Aggressive turns him around.
I think this guy won a chance to be on the Strain from a contest because he gives it his all.
He does.
And it's not much.
Well, maybe he lost the contest. So, but yeah, he basically says, never mind. Yeah, keep going. So, sort of a false scare, which can be fun, but,
But it proves that a lot of these collaborators, they have a line. They are willing to do terrible, terrible things, but as we see later, shooting innocent people, they don't want to do that.
That is true.
They are human. Only Desai is evil enough, wicked enough, to crawl on his knees and get down with the Strigoi.
That is a great point. I wish we would have seen a little bit more, though, of, because we've seen the collaborators basically just jump into action, but never get far enough where they actually had to make a decision about this. So maybe if we had seen, people basically go to a point and, we knew that our heroes could use that to their advantage. I don't know. I mean, it'd be kind of interesting because so far we've just seen a lot of sort of the equivalent of the Star Trek, red shirts.
Hey, brah, he goes in there. He and Quinlan attack the blood processing plant. I thought Gus got on his shoulder when of course, his gun jams. Don't have a second gun, Gus. That would only be intelligent.
Yeah, or
and so he has to,
or silver bombs.
Right, so he has to literally arm wrestle, or not arm wrestle. That'd be funny. He had to put a Strigoi in the sleeper hold. The tongue is whipping around, and I thought it got Gus on his shoulder. There are only 2 episodes left. Maybe there's a chance that'll be revealed, but they didn't reveal it in this episode, so I don't know. But meanwhile, Desai is holding human hostages, and he's like, you come in here, I'm going to kill them. Why? Just go in there. Just go in there. Who cares? He's going to kill them either way.
That's
true.
It's
like, hey, come in here or I'll kill them immediately as opposed to later on down the line.
Right. And also, we don't know what's coming. These are pregnant women.
Yeah.
But pregnant with Strigoi. So we don't know what's
Well, I thought they were pregnant to make delicious baby blood for the Strigoi, but either way.
No, I thought they were some sort of hybrid Strabone things. I mean, that's the thing. We don't actually know.
At this point, we still don't know.
So it's a little tricky.
So forget them. Let's just get to the real action. So we have a stupid crawl between Dutch and Desai, but where the real fun is, I even said, hell yeah, we've got a Mongrel versus Quinlan.
Yeah.
2 people who can actually fight. Great, great, great. Love it. Quinlan chops off like either an arm or a leg of this thing, and it still fights so good.
Yeah, this thing is it's like a Strigoi Rottweiler, and it has kind of an even creepier tongue than normal. So it was
love it.
It was cool to see Strabone take him out, and coming up, bringing up the rear is our guy, Sexy Fett. He doesn't have a badge, but he's got Satrakian sword.
And he cuts off somebody's head. Heck yeah.
Head. Hopefully they were Strigoi.
Either way,
it was cool.
Strigoi or a collaborator. Desai comes out. He sees what's happened to the blood processing plant. Mm-hmm. At this point, what is he thinking? I mean, the guy must know that either these humans are going to kill him, or the Master, when he sees how he screwed up the blood processing plant, is going to kill him. Desai is screwed either way. Why not say, okay, I'll come to your side? But no, he has to lead us on the slow crawl chase to stupidity.
I actually think he's just trying to, deep in the bowels of this factory, is where Desai keeps the rest of his cool clothes.
Oh, he's going to change. It'll be like, this will be great.
Yeah, he's got a blood stain, so he wants to get like a new shirt, new pair of slacks, maybe some cool what do they call them? Those Cuban boots.
Okay, sure. Keep going. Yes, anything else?
Well, he likes to accessorize. He's a very stylish guy.
He's got some nice Under Armour workout clothes. Yes, listen, he's trying to escape.
He really does.
There are 2 episodes left. Desai is the guy that theoretically is going to get our heroes to the Master.
Could Desai ever, at this point, could he redeem himself?
No. I don't see any way.
What if he killed Zack 2.0?
Sorry, hero.
Done and
hero.
Done.
We'll rename the podcast the Got Your Desai.
The Got Your Desai. So there is this chase, which is kind of silly because it's not as cramped as it would need to be for them to struggle the way they do. But Dutch does pull a good move that is always, oh man, I always wince when I see, and this Bubba.
Well, you'd finish that sentence, so when you see.
Well, Bubba, I don't want to bring up some memories, but you stepped on a nail once, didn't you?
I did. Hearts out to the people of our maybe our 4th or 5th largest city in the United States. The great people in South Texas who got
Houston.
who got that terrible Hurricane Harvey stuff. I went down to Nolens, and this was 6 months after Katrina hit, to help gut homes, help give out supplies to support people in New Orleans. And I stepped on a nail which had been underwater and in this decaying house for 6 months. So let's just say I'm Strigoi immune. They don't want my blood after that.
No, but I see something like that, and man, I'm like, ooh, that's gotta smart. So she did get him good, and they capture him. And
they
this is actually
put a bag on his head and bring it back to Cream's.
That was kind of how they
warehouse.
took you to the hospital in New Orleans, wasn't it?
Right, they didn't want my tongue worm coming out. So everything's good except nothing's good. One of the team here, one of the people we've just met, comes in and says, "Hey, Doc, a kid was looking for you." And that's when you think, "Oh, snap, this is trouble."
Yeah, it is.
This is, oh, crap, Zack Attack.
It is. Well, it's a Zack trap, at least.
It sure is.
And he doesn't...
Zack faces his father. They haven't seen each other since the end of Season 3 and the bomb blowout. What is going to happen? This is it. What a great cliffhanger. How emotional this should be if we as an audience didn't hate Zack 2.0.
But that's the thing, so passive-aggressive makes it sound like, hey, look, I know this is not a good idea.
Right?
I just need to see if it's him.
I need to see.
But instead, he just walks through an alley just yelling out, Zack, is that you? I mean...
and why aren't there Strigoi here? This is a partnership.
How is the Master... Yeah, this is a big shot. How is the Master not seeing this? I assume he is, but we don't really know. So we do have some shots. Do you want to give some folks any of what your hopes and dreams are for seeing next week?
Well, I'm going to pitch an idea that I think isn't a hope or a dream, it's a fear. Is there any way they could try to redeem Zack 2.0 in these final 2 hours? Is there any way to be like, I saw what they did to Mom, and I saw what they did to everybody, but when they did it to my girl Abby, that's when I knew, okay, this is too terrible.
Yeah, I think he really is irredeemable. At least I hope he is.
2 more hours. Next week, we're dealing with Season 4, Episode 9, The Traitor.
Ooh,
An unexpected guest brings old conflicts to the surface.
Oh, who do you think it is?
Unexpected guest?
Silver Angel?
He's dead. No, could be turned. No, I thought
Alex?
he blew up. I don't know.
Nora's mom's daughter, Nora.
That would be very unexpected.
Well,
but an unexpected guest brings old conflicts to the surface, dividing the heroes and threatening the group's trust. Who could divide the group's trust?
The heroes would never be divided and never not trust each other.
With questionable new intelligence in hand, the group launches a make-or-break final assault on the Master. Oh, the questionable new intelligence has got to be from Zack 2.0, right? He tells them something which is going to lead them into a trap. And they're like, well, in F, it's like, we can trust Zack, we can trust Zack. Oh, boy.
Yeah, look, he didn't mean to set off that nuclear weapon. He only did it. He had a good reason to do it. Let's give him another shot. That's really fair. Now, the make-or-break final assault on the Master, so if that's next week, then what's the following week?
Just everybody Netflixing and chill.
Okay.
Everybody will be in like, well, how about this? What do you think happens if it's never happened before? If the Master dies, do all the Strigoi die like in vampire lore? Or is the final episode like, and then we had to clean up street by street, block by block?
Yeah, I don't think...
Just like they did in Rome all those years ago.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. Here's what I would throw out.
Let's hear it.
As maybe a fun thing to see.
Okay.
Okay, so what if? So we know that all of the Strigoi will die once the Master dies.
Oh, if that's true, sure. Okay.
Well, let's just assume that it's true.
Go.
So we get to the Empire State Building.
Yep.
Our gang's all there.
Love it.
Somebody somehow gets the drop on the Master.
Good.
Slices off his head with the silver sword.
Ooh, gotta be good way to go.
But the rest of the Strigoi, nothing happens. They're still there. So then they're looking around. Who could it be? Who could it be? And what if Zack 2.0 was still there and Zack 2.0 had become the Master? And then they got to kill him to kill the rest of the Strigoi.
Man, that would be great.
Well, here's hoping.
That would be hoping.
Well, we will see. We will see what happened. We got 2 more weeks.
Two more weeks.
A blast. We
hope it's a blast of an atomic bomb killing the Master in Zack 2.0.
Yeah, we've already had an atomic bomb, though. Come on. That doesn't really... Do you think that The Strain is Kim Jong-un's favorite TV show?
It's about as believable as Kim Jong-un's nuclear tests are.
Oh, man.
Scary, scary stuff. Listeners, talk to us all the time. We love our good friends at Geek Girl Soup who tweet out with the hashtag #GotYourMilk for the Got Your Milk podcast. To this day, it's a week later, I'm still laughing at Michael Brown's note on our Facebook page, facebook.com/double P podcast, the word double, the single letter P, the word podcast, plural. Thomas Clapper loves every time we play the Satrakian ranting. So, hey, it's been fun. It's 2 episodes left.
Man.
For everybody here at the Double P Podcast Network, my name is Bubba. You can find me on Twitter at FitandTrim. That's FITTENTRIM. At FitandTrim on Twitter.
Mark is at Extraordinary. That's extraordinary with the W in front of the final R.
And you'll taste us next time because we got your milk!
And we filled the milk with blood thinner, warfarin, just in case you're attacked by a Strigoi. You don't want to, cut yourself.
No.
Then you might... just bleed to death because you can't clot. But if a Strigoi gets you, then
do it.
You're fine.